कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मा फलहेतुर्भूः मा तो संगो स्वविकर्मणि. Namaste. Welcome again. Thank you for joining. This workshop, we're going to be talking about the idea of detachment and envisioning our future. And so this is why I started with this mantra. So that is one of my favorite mantras or prayers, or let's call it even belief philosophies that I try my best to operate by. And what it really essentially says is that we have the right to do our work, but we do not have the right to remain attached to the fruits of that work. But it also doesn't mean that we should be lackadaisical and lazy and not do work. All that to say that really it's about focusing on the present and detaching from what was and what will be, and just really being in the present. And really that's what the purpose of and theme of this next hour is with you. So before we get into the actual discussions on the philosophy of this idea, I want to start off with an exercise. An exercise that will take us to the past and take us into the future to start. So really there's two sheets that are available for you to either download and print with the link provided. And if you don't have a printer, that's okay as well. They're simple enough that you can just draw them by your hand on an empty piece of paper. So for this session, really all you need is a piece of paper and a pen. Ideally, if you have a laptop that you can print with, that's wonderful as well, but certainly not necessary. So the way this exercise will go is that we'll be working with two sheets that look like this. There's like a part one and a part two. And part one, until now, is, as you can see, starts on the left with your birth and ends to now. It ends at now, and it's a lifeline. And the task is for you to go back into your life and spend the next while writing down milestones that have happened in your life that come out naturally, and you just mark it down. So closer to your birth, your second birthday, a memorable event, and an example of what that might look like is here. So that's what we do. For the next 20 minutes, we do that as well as part two, which is from now. And if you can understand, it's self-explanatory. On the left of that sheet is now, and at the end is your death. So the exercise there is to now project into the future and mark down milestones on this lifeline that you want to see or you see happening in your future, and project into the future and draw your future lifeline. So we will be working with 20 minutes for that. So you can choose to divide it into 10 minutes each, or 2 minutes on your past, or 18 minutes on your future. It's up to you, and that in itself is an observation, isn't it? So like always, there's going to be a timer on the bottom right. But before that, here's 2 minutes for you to actually prepare your sheet, whether you want to print it or draw it. So please do take the next 2 minutes to prepare, and I'll come back when we start the exercise. So are we ready? We got the 2 sheets of paper and a pen and pen or pencil or crayon, whatever you like. So we'll start now and see you in 20 minutes. And one thing I will say is let it flow, see what surfaces, try not to dig too much, but if you need to, that's okay as well. So see you in 20 minutes. Welcome back, welcome back. How was that? How did that feel going into your past and then into your future? Um, it's an interesting exercise. Please keep those 2 sheets of paper aside and we'll come back to them a little bit later. And we'll have a beautiful ceremony with them. But let's really talk about what it is that we wrote down in our past and what we wrote down in our future. And the observation here, or the question really here, is how much of that have we attached to ourselves to define who we are now? How much of what happened when I was a child or last year defines me now? And I say define and not shape for a reason, because nobody is here to belittle your past or my past or anyone's past and path or storyline. It's simply to mention or bring up that it's not something that defines you. It's simply something that possibly shaped you, but it doesn't define you now. There's a really big difference, because you might be a result of what happened in the past, but that doesn't mean you are your past. It means you're completely actually not connected to your past if you choose to remain in the present. And similarly with the future, we project into the future beautiful things, sometimes negative things. And again, it's the same exercise. How much of that actually defines us now? None of it, to be very honest with you. Again, it may shape a plan now, that vision of, let's say, some of us wrote down, having a family or having a successful business or whatever, retirement. Those visions are important. It's important to plan, but they certainly don't define who I am now. I am not today someone that will retire at whatever age. I am not that. Today I am who I am. That doesn't mean that I cannot have my planning shaped by that vision of the future. So, point being, it's important to respect what we envision in the future and what we have seen in our past. Now I say path because a path is both past and future. So we are on a path. So while that is important, what is utmost important is to have that awareness and then be detached from it. In other words, coming back to the mantra that I introduced, what is most important if we were to extrapolate into the future is to have a plan, have a vision, have a goal, and then focus on working on that goal versus the results of that goal. Because here's the truth. Chances are it's not going to go as planned. 99.9% chance it's not going to go as exactly you drew on that lifeline. Why? Because we're simply not capable of understanding what the universe could provide to us. It's limiting. What the universe is unfolding is much grander. It's being created in our frontal cortex, yes, but it is much grander in service to us. So we might think that doing this is in service to us, but that actually there's a bigger plan at play that might look a bit different. Indeed will look different than when being envisioned, which is why it's important to detach. And that's really the whole point here. And in fact, if we can master detaching, we can master happiness. Really, I feel like we can really attain a sustained feeling of contentment and peace, and inner peace. I shouldn't say happiness, I should say inner peace. If we learn this habit of detaching from our past, detaching from what may come, and simply being focused on the present and really enjoying what we're doing in the present, which is why it's so important to choose a career or a work or a vocation based on something that we are passionate about versus something that will pay us more. Because the moment we are looking for the pay, we're actually being hooked and attached to a future event. Whereas if we're focused on the passion of it, we're actually focused and motivated by the joy we are getting in that moment, not later. So that's why we're happy, right? Versus doing this in somewhat misery only because of a potential possible event in the future. If you think about it on a very micro level almost, um, everything that we feel because we are in some way comparing it to the past or the future. I'll give you an example. We feel cold because we remember what warmth felt like, so we have something to compare. If the human consciousness was just dropped into, sub-0 degrees temperature, we would feel something, we just wouldn't know that that's cold. It would just be a sensation. We have labeled it because we have a memory of when it felt like when it was warm. So the moment we leave the present, we start labeling. We have to, in order to understand the present. The thing that we end up doing is start labeling, because we're comparing it to the past or comparing it to what could be in the future. So it's important to have that awareness of both past and future, as I was saying earlier. But it's important to remember that if the more we can detach from that, the less labeling we're doing, and the less we're affected by the past or the future, and the more we can be in the present. See, this idea, this topic of attachment, although simple, is really, really very, very layered. We actually hold attachments to countless things that we're not even conscious of, that really shape the way we think, the way we operate. And I come back to meditation. A practice of meditation really allows us to take inventory of where we're doing the labeling and the attachments. Exercises like we have introduced to you, whether it's recording yourself or drawing your heart or doing this lifeline exercise, these are forms of meditation where you're taking inventory of where you are at now, which is really the first step, isn't it? This is really the biggest message I keep saying, is the first step is to understand who we are and where we are now. And that step is massive. It doesn't happen overnight or over a span of 3 days. It requires practice, a regular practice. And that's really what we're here to introduce to you. The step after, or going along with this self-awareness, is a practice of self-love, is to inject our systems, almost brainwash ourselves or heartwash ourselves into believing the truth about ourselves, which is that we are unique and perfectly all right just the way we are, and that these labels are simply there to either drive you or pull you down, and even that is our own choice. So with that, I'd like to actually have us go through about a 10-minute meditation, which I will walk us through. This is a meditation on self-affirmations and self-confidence. So for this, all I ask you to do is find a comfortable spot. You can lie down, you can stay seated where you are. The point is, be comfortable. You will be asked or invited to arrive at a really calm and place of relaxation. So you want to be as comfortable as possible. So please take the next few seconds to find that spot, and we'll have a 10-minute approximately a 10-minute meditation, which will end this session. We'll see you after. Thank you. Begin to relax, finding a comfortable position and starting to let the tension leave your body. Imagine that you are at the top of a stairway. At the bottom of the stairway is a state of peace, calm, and relaxation. Take note of how you are feeling right now at the top of this stairway. Imagine taking a step down the stairway, a single step closer to relaxation. As you take this step, feel your arms relaxing, becoming heavy, limp, loose, relaxed. Further descend the stairway, going down towards relaxation. Down, down, to its state of calm and relaxation. Feel your legs relaxing and becoming limp. Your legs are feeling very heavy, so heavy. Feel your legs sinking down, the heaviness pulling your legs down into relaxation. Picture yourself going slowly down the stairway, one step at a time. It is a comfortable, safe descent to a place of relaxation. Move down step by step at your own pace, becoming more and more relaxed with each step you take. Feel the heaviness in your arms and legs. Your arms are so warm and so heavy. Feel gravity pull on your arms gently, pulling your shoulders down into a relaxed position. Take another step down and another, more deeply relaxed with each step. Feel your neck and back relaxing, feeling warm, loose, relaxed. You might even become a bit sleepy as you get closer and closer to relaxation, and that's okay. Allow your mind to drift and your body to relax, heavy and comfortable. Your head and face relax. Feel the muscles of your face becoming limp, soft. Your eyelids are very heavy. It feels so good to close your eyes. Your eyelids are so heavy you cannot keep them open. So heavy and relaxed. Moving down the stairway, down, down, almost to the bottom now. When you reach the bottom, you will be pleasantly relaxed. The closer you get to the bottom, the heavier and more relaxed you feel. Your body is so heavy, but at the same time feels light, as if floating. It is an unusual feeling, but pleasant, so peaceful, drifting in calm relaxation. Take the last few steps down to the bottom of the stairway, sinking into relaxation, so heavy and soft. Reaching the bottom now, a state of calm and relaxation. You are now feeling peaceful and relaxed. Now I will repeat some affirmations for self-esteem. You don't even have to listen or pay attention. You can simply relax while I talk. Just let your mind drift and reflect upon these affirmations for self-esteem in the back of your mind with your subconscious. You can take in the affirmations for self-esteem if you choose to and if they are a good fit for you, and disregard any that do not apply. Just relax now and let your mind drift for the remainder of these affirmations for self-esteem. At the end, I'll count back from 5 to 1, and you can choose to reawaken or drift off. But for now, just relax, letting your mind drift. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to focus on. Just be relaxed and calm. Just let these words drift in your mind without needing to focus especially on any of them. You are a worthwhile person. You are capable of achieving many things. You deserve to be happy. You can be happy even through difficult circumstances. You can handle the problems that come your way. You're a strong person, while understanding that no one needs to be strong all the time. You're an okay person, a good person. Your worth is not measured by achievements, appearance, or other external things. You are worthwhile as a person just the way you are. You are perfectly all right just the way you are. Accept yourself. Be kind to yourself. Take good care of yourself physically and emotionally. You are okay the way you are. Continue to allow your mind to drift as you just relax. Allow these affirmations for self-esteem to be true for you, repeating them silently in your mind if you want to, or simply taking them in. I am a worthwhile person. I deserve to be happy. I deserve good things. I am a human being with flaws. Yes, it is okay to have flaws. I am unique, and I appreciate my uniqueness. I'm perfectly all right just the way I am. I feel good about myself. It is okay to like myself. I'm likable. I'm very likable. I have many good qualities. I'm a decent human being. I do some things wrong and many things right. I learn from my mistakes, and I forgive myself when I make them. I take time for myself. I deserve this time, and I need this time. I take care of others, and I take care of me. I accept help, I accept support, and I accept love from others. I am confident. I hold myself in high regard. I like myself. I really like myself. I accept myself. I'm not perfect, and that's okay. I'm perfectly all right, just the way I am. I accept myself. Continue allowing your mind to drift, relaxing. Let the affirmations of self-esteem become true for you, filling you with a sense of confidence and self-assurance. You are capable of making positive changes, capable of increasing your self-esteem, and of nurturing your self-esteem. Simply relax now, noticing what it is like to feel good about yourself, allowing yourself to feel calm and confident. Keep with you this feeling of self-esteem. Remember the affirmations, taking them in, and believing them as truth for you. You know, you can continue to feel good about yourself and keep feeling this self-assurance even after this. I'll count now from 5 to 1, and you can choose to drift off for the next little while or become fully awake. When I reach 1, it will conclude this hour's work. Again, thank you for being here. We will be moving into some movement and play. We hope to see you there. 5, 4, 3,